and welcome to Fandom Fitness Friday. I'm PJ with ZooFit, and normally we celebrate heroes, unleashing our own inner superhero. Today we're just going to celebrate an American icon. Tomorrow is America's birthday, Independence Day, 4th of July. So what better way to celebrate than, again, a true American icon, as far as fandoms are concerned, than Homer Simpson himself and his favorite food, which is an American treat, the donut, or as he would say, doughnuts. Now, our donuts are not your typical donuts. First of all, I use muffin pans. I don't have a donut pan to make donuts. These are going to be baked. These donuts have absolutely no sugar in them. My sweetness comes from fruits such as applesauce and the oranges that we're going to be using. You can play around with different flavors, maybe try bananas or pineapples as the top, again making it your own, and you can also even play with the recipe. So this is actually myself a newer recipe that I'm trying out. I've done it 2 times, and again both times no sugar added. They've tasted really quite amazing, amazingly great and sweet enough without all the sugar. But again, it's a little bit newer one. There are quite a few ingredients and a little bit of a process to this. But what better way to celebrate America than with the Simpsons and his favorite signature doughnuts? So let's get started. All right, as you can see, we've got quite a few ingredients. Again, just going to remind you that these recipes that I've created have been influenced, and I play around with the ingredients myself. So feel free to play with the ingredients yourself. If you don't like oranges, or if you want something again just a little bit sweeter, switch out something with bananas or dates, or again if you're inclined to, you can even use some stevia or some monk fruit if you like those. But what we're going to need for today, as far as for my turmeric donuts, is going to be 1.5 cups of flour, and I'm going to be using spelt flour that I got from the co-op on sale. I'm going to be using a tablespoon of this turmeric chai. Now this is, again, I got from the co-op. It's in the tea section. If you're going to be using just plain turmeric, I would go with a little bit less, maybe just a teaspoon of plain turmeric. I'm also going to be using 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Now this is going to be the only sodium I use for baking typically. So if you like a little bit more salt in there, that's up to you. You can use maybe up to a teaspoon of plain salt as well. You're going to need, it's covered up, but you're going to need 3 eggs, 1 cup of yogurt, and I'm using cashew yogurt, 1/4 cup of applesauce to replace our sugar, 1 lemon, again a whole lemon. This is not going to be just for the juice, we're going to be using the zest, and 2 oranges. Same thing, we're going to be using a little bit of the zest as well as the oranges themselves. And then a blend that would equal a 1/2 cup of coconut oil and butter. Now I'm using vegan butter. Again, first couple times I made it, I was using just a little bit of the vegan butter and a little bit of the coconut oil to equal a 1/2 cup, and it turned out absolutely delicious. So I'm going to stick with that and suggest that you try maybe a 1/4 cup of butter, 1/4 cup of coconut oil to see how it works for you. And that's what you're going to need to make Homer Simpson's doughnuts. The first thing that I started doing immediately, I did this while I was doing my intro, was actually melted the butter and the coconut oil in a pan, just kind of melted them together so that it equals about a 1/2 cup. Alright guys, we're going to be preparing our muffin pans, turning it into a donut pan. So I'm going to prepare the muffin pan as normal. I don't use muffin cups. I just brush a little bit of oil into the cups, and this actually works just as well as paper liners to keep the muffins from sticking. So we're going to brush some oil into the muffin tins, and then we're going to ball up little pieces of of aluminum foil and place them on the bottom. And these are going to serve as the holes for the donuts. And now we are ready to start preparing the donuts themselves. So we're going to need, I've got this brand new bag, we're going to need 1.5 cups of flour. So again, you can use whatever flour you would like. I'm using the spelt flour, that's whole grain, non-GMO. You can use you can use any kind of non-gluten flour. I'm also really looking forward to, again, experimenting more, maybe trying with some cornmeal, so kind of turmeric corn muffins, or with even almond flour instead of the regular flour. So that's 1.5 cups of the flour. We're going to need a tablespoon of this turmeric chai. Once again, if you're using just plain turmeric, you probably want to go a little less. Probably, again, just a teaspoon of the turmeric. Turmeric is a very strong spice, and a little bit goes a long way. And then 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and this is all I'm going to be using for the salt. I do use baking powder. It's great for rising doughs, but if you feel like you need a little bit more sodium, you can use a little extra salt, maybe some baking soda as well. So we're going to whisk this around until they are well blended, and then we'll be mixing up the wet ingredients. Okay, with the lemons and the oranges, what we're going to need to do is zest them. So I have a zesting grater. This is not the greatest grate. Wow. But it works. It works for me. I don't zest a lot of fruit, but this will take some time. But we're going to be zesting the entire lemon and 1 whole orange. All right, now we're going to mix together our wet ingredients. We're going to put together, first we're going to put in another bowl 3 eggs, and we're going to whisk them together. Then add the yogurt, the applesauce, whisk them around, mix them really well, and then we're going to cut the lemon in half and squeeze the juice out of both halves, and add those to the mix as well as your lemon and orange zest. So I have a lemon squeezer. Gets all the juice out, works really, really well. And once your butter has been melted, again, we're going to be using 1/2 cup of the butter coconut oil mix. And then you can add this to the wet ingredients as well, and mix pretty well. So next, we're going to be using a spatula, transitioning from a whisk to a spatula. We're going to mix the wet ingredients with the dry mix, and stirring this whole mixture just to blend. So you will want to peel the oranges, even the zested orange. Oranges, just with their peels, it takes away a little bit of that sweetness away. But we're going to be cutting the oranges into a total of 12 slices. They don't have to be super thin. But again, you're going to want to try and get about six slices per orange if you want to make a total of 12. 12 slices, as I make an absolute mess here, so that we can top the donuts with the orange slices. All right, guys, we're about ready to bake them. We're going to fill these cups with the batter, covering over the foil that's going to be on the bottom. And don't worry if the foil gets moved a little bit. You can adjust it, bring it back to the center, and also don't worry about the foil getting covered, because we're going to be covering these donuts with orange slices in just a moment anyways. And once you have your donuts poured and your oranges sliced, go ahead and top each one with one of your orange slices. And then we are ready for baking. Okay, if you've baked with me before, you know that I am big on not turning on my oven until my food is inside. And the reason for this is because I like to, again, heating up the oven takes a lot of energy. So I like to conserve energy and let the preheating help cook the food a little bit. So we're going to be preheating the oven with the donuts inside, and we're going to leave this on for 30 minutes. All right, guys, the oven timer just went off for the 30 minutes. Not quite done cooking. They can cook for just a little bit longer, but I'm going to go ahead and turn the oven off. And the reason for that is so the muffins can actually passively bake. So just like I let the oven cook the muffins a little bit while it's heating up, same thing goes for while it's cooling down. I can still bake the donuts, sorry, not muffins this time, donuts, just a little bit longer. So I'm going to reset the timer for just about 5 or 10 more minutes. We'll go for 10. And that should be ready to go, ready to enjoy. And once your donuts are finished baking, we do need to take those tin foils out. So again, I'm using a fork to kind of prop them out and then fish out the foil ball. And then as you can see, you have a nice donut hole. Now, just like some other donuts are covered, you can still, again, place this back in the pan as a covered donut, or you can again leave on a plate to cool off, looking like the regular donuts that we all have all know and love. And there you guys have it, our Fandom Fitness Friday donuts, celebrating America this weekend, and American favorite, one of America's favorite dads, Homer Simpson, and his favorite food, American treat, the donut. A little bit on the healthier side, sugar-free. You can make it however you like. You can use whatever kind of fruits. You can use whatever type of flours. You can add what you feel like you need to again, make it your own. Again, this is how I've made all of my recipes. I've tweaked ones that I find very interesting, make them my own, add different ingredients, take some out. Again, that's how we have fun in the kitchen. That's how we have fun with our fitness, and not just making it a fun game, but again, making it an experiment, learning and exploring our great, wonderful world of cooking. Now again, let me know what you think of the recipe. Let me know if you tried it this way or if you made it your own. Let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And again, remember always to eat clean, live green, and train positive. Happy 4th of July, everyone.